Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. So today we want to talk about Bitcoin MYK. Is it the biggest network um, amongst the Hive engine tokens? And so we want to explore that today to see if that's true, and if so, why is that true? What's going on with this project? And what do we think is going in the future? So, looking at the amount of accounts, and these are what would be determined as low level KYC accounts. That means people had to provide email addresses, they had to register accounts. Um, it's over 6,755 accounts. Um, and amongst a lot of the applications we've been noticing um, in the on the Hive blockchain, we haven't encountered many in those areas. And so we're going to discuss a little bit about why we think Bitcoin MYK has managed to get so many accounts. And we believe over the exchanges themselves, the numbers are more like 14,000. So the thing we have to keep in consideration as well is the accounts over the exchanges. We're assuming that people might have additional accounts for security purposes, for business purposes, and so on and so forth. So it is probably more likely that the 6,755 users are there. Um, and they're probably as well just people who are interested in cryptocurrency and projects spread across different blockchains. So we also have to take that into consideration. But it is that exposure to or allowing for more exposure to the Hive blockchain, so to speak. All right, over here on the Hive Engine Exchange, this is a exchange that started off very, very low liquidity. Um, and we've watched it, over the last year or so, start to pick up some significant, some pretty good trade volume, something that it wasn't doing before. Looks like the Bitcoin MYK project is trading probably like in the top 20, a little bit more better volume for our project today. I want to talk a little bit about why, we think that, um, Bitcoin MYK has managed to achieve these accounts and this value, and why is that happening, and what do we think is going to happen in the future. So, one big issue has been in cryptocurrency, getting new users, getting new accounts. How do you do that? Do you pay for big marketing campaigns? How do you do that? And with the Bitcoin MYK project, we haven't done any of that. We have spent to date $0 on marketing. So all our growth has been organic. Now, of course, I think that the secret to what's happening in Bitcoin MYK is basically that it offers universal basic income and it inherits the Bitcoin ledger, which basically means if you hold Bitcoin, you're going to get Bitcoin MYK free, and the unclaimed coins go to universal basic income recipients every month. Universal basic income, that's just providing tokens to people every month. It is under the idea of that everybody should be entitled to a basic income each month, right? So with the popularity of that idea, especially in modern times, with our global pandemics, with the rising threat of automation and job displacement, we believe those are driving forces to create a tremendous users and accounts, right? And that seems to be what's happening. Even without spending a dime on marketing, it would seem that people are just organically joining the project, right? Now, as far as looking at something in terms of what the future of Bitcoin MYK looks like, will it continue to grow accounts and user accounts in the cryptocurrency? I believe so. I believe that will happen. But of course, one big issue with ideas like universal basic income, and if you're going to have these cryptocurrencies going out every month, one idea has always existed that if you give out something free, it has no value, right? And under certain circumstances, that is true because we can get it free, why pay for it? However, when it comes to cryptocurrencies and networks and the ability of a network to facilitate the transmission and transactions of value globally at high speeds and low cost, we're talking something different in terms of what can drive value besides just getting free wallet and getting free cryptocurrency, right? Um, so we believe what's happening is the network value is growing by the user base. If you kind of think in reference to normal social media, mainstream social media, what you get oftentimes with that is you get uh, the that you use it, but you never really pay for it, right? So the servers cost money, the electricity costs money, the programming costs money, the marketing costs money, and getting all these people on these social media sites and getting accounts, someone had to pay for that. Even though we didn't have to pay directly, someone had to put up the money. So it's no different with these type of projects here that there is a cost, even if you might think it's being given away free. Now, the what happens is over time those networks have grown so big that they found ways to monetize, create revenue, and some are now worth almost $1 trillion, as we well know. So I think that the idea of the freemium based model would have to work that way, and I think Bitcoin MYK is kind of tapping into that. Um, whereas dealing with inflationary rates and cryptocurrency has been the conversation of debate for some. Some people believe that inflation can stimulate and grow economies. Some believe that more of the Austrian economic school that deflation, less coins is better because there's less selling pressure. Based on the model, it's going to vary. And just it's a lot of circumstances that you don't really get a black and white answer with that. But for us so far, coupling universal basic income with our deflationary model that works similar to what you get in the Bitcoin halving, where the supply of the coins get reduced um, based on schedule of transactions, whereas the Bitcoin halving, it happens every 4 years. Ours happens on a schedule of transactions, how many transactions are done. And this balance against the network, I think, is what's causing Bitcoin and MYK to not only grow, but have actual trade value in the cryptocurrency itself. To understand that networks themselves are valuable. I think the common idea for us, especially cryptocurrency, has been create a cryptocurrency project, then get people to buy your cryptocurrency. Um, Whereas Bitcoin MYK says something different. It says, join Bitcoin MYK, we will give you the cryptocurrency. So this is a little bit different. This is based on a freemium model, and it is a tokenization of the value within people that's already out there through their activity, through their attention value, through their basically their the value they bring to the network, right, and their contributions. Um, and so, in that scope, then you can kind of understand how Bitcoin and MYK has arrived at that. Um, if you like more information about Bitcoin and MYK, be sure to like and subscribe to our videos, tune in to the channel. You can also follow us on the Hive and Steam blockchain, our posts, our accounts, and learn a lot about where we think we're going. Where do we see a future with like Bitcoin and MYK? Well, let's just throw these numbers at you, and you can consider this, that about 80% of the globe, according to our research, would probably say yes to a universal basic income. Now, if you get a large amount of people, think about what you need more than anything in cryptocurrency. He with the most wallets is who wins. Why? Because the people with the most wallets are going to be easier to target for vendors and merchant services and commerce, right? And just moving value to and fro. So if you want to send money across the globe to someone fast and almost free, very cheap, uh, overstepping the banking wire transfer services and many of the money transfer services, what you're going to need is you're going to need the people that you want to send the value to have a wallet, right? So if you don't have a network with a lot of wallets, then they are outside that channel, so to speak, right? They're not within the channel of where you can they can be effective value transfer vehicles, right? So that's why you need the wallets, and you need a lot of them. It's looking at 80% of the globe's probably going to opt for UBI, not be against it. They're going to probably get these wallets. You know, Facebook managed to acquire about 2.5 billion users. And with the social media integration we have, there is no reason why we couldn't replace Facebook or at least achieve billions of accounts, right? There doesn't seem to be anything we can think of that would prevent us from doing that, right? We believe the demand would be there, the need would be there, the use would be there, the curiosity would be there, sense of urgency would be there. So many things would be there in order to want to use our cryptocurrency. Considering all of that, I would say the future for Bitcoin MYK looks very good with a lot of accounts. The tokenomics of Bitcoin MYK, again, bringing in the idea of the Bitcoin halving into it, makes it very, against that growth rate, can make it a very, as far as value and trade wise, we could see a formula that it works quite well for the investor and the participant. And this is going to be very important in understanding something like a market cap of Bitcoin that's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and that by us inheriting the Bitcoin ledger and allowing Bitcoin users to now, without disturbing their Bitcoin, claim the Bitcoin MYK value. What that does is that creates an opportunity for some of that Bitcoin network to absorb in the Bitcoin MYK, faster transactions, a lot more efficient than Bitcoin, without swapping Bitcoin for some other altcoin, something a lot of Bitcoin holders don't like to do. So a very interesting project. It's going to be very interesting to see how many accounts we get, how we march off to the future, what it looks like. And you can join today absolutely free. Get that free value today is what I would encourage you to do. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.